This is Coyote News.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the USD football team continues its winning streak. Plus, Coyote News' Sean Bauer is live with the Assistant Director of Activities to find out how intramural sports are going. I'm Erica Arpan.
And I'm Anthony Gosh. We take an inside look at how the women's basketball team is preparing for its season. And in the Rhiners Report, Devin gives you his NBA season preview. But first, the headlines. Cassidy?
Minnesota Gophers head football coach Jerry Kill retired early this morning, saying his epilepsy has become too draining for him to continue his job. Kill told his staff and players of his decision in early morning meetings, and then he spoke for nearly half an hour about how hard it will be for him to stop coaching. The Kansas City Royals defeated the New York Mets 5-4 in 14 innings last night to win Game 1 of the World Series. Royals first baseman Eric Hosmer drove in the game-winning run on a sacrifice fly. The two teams continue their series tonight at 7. Minnesota Timberwolves president and head coach Flip Saunders died Sunday at the age of 60 due to complications from cancer. Saunders was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in August and was hospitalized in September following complications from the disease. The Timberwolves will wear a commemorative patch for the rest of the season to honor Saunders. And those are your headlines.
The USD football team didn't let last week's win over NDSU distract them from this past Saturday as they cruised to a 40-10 win over Missouri State. Quarterback Ryan Sager threw for a career-high 275 yards, while true freshman Michael Frederick ran for a career-high 129 yards to lead the Coyotes. Kicker Miles Bergner continued his strong season, making 4 field goals, including a 53-yarder to open up scoring for USD. The win moves the Coyotes to 4-3 overall and 2-2 in the Missouri Valley Conference play. The Coyotes are back on the road this Saturday as they travel to Cedar Falls to take on UNI. The women's soccer team tallied a win against Western Illinois this weekend for their final home game at the USD Soccer Complex. On Sunday, the Coyotes beat the Leathernecks 4-2. The teams took to the field where windy conditions altered the shot selection of both teams. The Leathernecks took advantage of the wind to their back by scoring 2 points early in the first half. But the Coyotes held fast and struck back early in the second half with a penalty kick. With the win now in their favor, the Coyotes kept the momentum and scored an additional 3 goals as the Leathernecks had no answer. The Coyotes finished with 10 shots to the Leathernecks 8. The Coyotes also scored a 2-1 win on Friday against IUPUI. The team remains 4th in Summit League standings with 12 points and 1 game left.
The Coyote women's swimming and diving team broke 2 school records on Thursday in their meet against UNI. Freshman Teresa Godlewski now holds the record in both the 100 and 200 meter backstroke. The Coyotes picked up wins in the 200 meter freestyle and the 100 meter butterfly. The Coyotes also placed first and second in the 200 meter medley. Diver Grayson Herding won both the 1 and 3 meter dives as she continues her quest for the conference title. Despite their broken records, UNI beat the Coyotes by a total score of 167 to 133. Both the men and women head to Ames next Friday and Saturday for a triangular meet with Iowa State and TCU. Intramural sports are a popular activity among USD students. Now, Coyote News' Sean Bauer is live with Assistant Director of Activities Connor Singheisen to talk about what goes into planning intramural sports. Sean?
Thanks, Anthony. The Flag Football Championships just completed last night, and other sports such as dodgeball and basketball started their seasons last night as well. I'm here with Connor Singheisen to talk about what all goes into the planning process with intramural sports. Thanks for stopping by with us, Connor. First off, how many students would you say participate in intramural activities here at USD?
At this point so far this year, we have about 1,400 participants in total. We're about 100 up from last year where we were at this point in time.
Okay, and flag football and volleyball are the more popular sports. Other than those two, how many other sports do you guys offer here?
We offer a calendar of about 45 different events throughout the course of the year. We try to spread it up roughly between 50-50 between the fall and spring semesters. Right now we've got co-rec basketball, dodgeball, and floor hockey going on. We've also got a couple of new events starting up here in about a couple weeks.
you guys have any other newer sports that you guys are trying to implement, or certain events that students have wanted to be put in?
In the spring, we'll be offering 2 new events. The first one is going to be a Madden NFL tournament on Xbox. We're really excited about that. We're hoping to have about 16 to 20 participants in that tournament just because of the length. And we also have a Texas Hold'em tournament going on this fall.
Okay. Now, what goes into the planning, like getting all the schedules ready, making sure there's enough officials for each sport? What do you all have to do for that?
For that, we have to do a lot. There's a lot of training for officials for different sports, whether it be flag football, basketball, soccer, volleyball. So we have to have multiple officials trainings for those sports. Scheduling is always a tough thing because we have a limited amount of space here in this facility. We have to make sure we have enough times. There's times available that when we have teams that lots of different opportunities for teams to join.
That was Connor Singhuisen. If you have any questions, please visit the Wellness Center and ask him any questions about intramural sports. Live from the Muck for Coyote News, I'm Sean Bauer.
Thanks, Sean. The women's basketball team is preparing for another season. Tonight, Coyote News' Carmen Susan brings us to the practice court to find out how the team's getting ready for their first game.
It's beginning to look a lot like the start of another Coyote basketball season. Coach Amy Williams says this year's team is a unique balance, including 7 new players who haven't worn a Coyote jersey in competition yet.
Well, we have an outstanding group of young women on this team, and we feel very fortunate. There's people that care for each other, have each other's backs, and there's just been really, really good leadership from our upperclassmen. I've been extremely proud of that up to this point.
Williams says that finding the leadership and chemistry amongst the 15 players and maintaining that throughout the season won't be challenging. She also says they're excited to have Nicole Seekamp back for another year, and that Nicole is one of the leaders in the program.
I'm just excited for the overall year to have another, a year to, I guess, try and win that championship and go to the NCAA tournament again with this group of girls is going to be awesome.
Seekamp also says the opportunity to play another season gives her more time to get better and focus on her leadership skills. The team will be traveling to Salt Lake City for their first game in November. For Coyote News, I'm Carmen Susan.
On this week's Reiners Report, Devon gears up for basketball season.
It's an exciting week for NBA fans like myself, as regular season games begin. Just a few short months ago, the Golden State Warriors defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in 6 games to win the NBA Finals. Cavaliers fans, or should I say LeBron James fans, say the Warriors got lucky because Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving were injured during the finals. I believe the Warriors would have won anyway, and they will repeat as champions again this season. Stephen Curry is reason number 1. He is coming off an MVP season, and I don't see him cooling down. He will continue to score points at will. Plus, his splash brother, Klay Thompson, is still there. They will continue to be the most exciting backcourt combo in the league. Don't worry, Cavs fans. LeBron will have another great year, and I think we'll see a finals rematch. But I think the outcome will be the same. With Irving and Love, the Cavs might be able to take the series to a 7th game, but Curry and company will prevail. I am personally excited to see how my Boston Celtics play. They made the playoffs last year with a 40-42 record thanks to playing in the below-average Eastern Conference. After signing David Lee and Amir Johnson and drafting exciting talent like Terry Rozier and Jordan Mickey, I believe the Celtics will improve on their win total. 48 wins and another playoff berth seem realistic. I'm more than excited for another 8 months of posterizing dunks and buzzer beaters. And that's the Reiners Report.